Welcome to our new video, how to get a Scrum Master or Product Owner job if you have no previous experience. Now first let's start with Scrum. So what is Scrum? If you are following my channel, you already know that the Scrum framework is a popular method that teams use to produce any type of items effectively. So Scrum is a framework that helps teams work together. It is based on the iterative and incremental process. Scrum is adaptive, fast and flexible and effective agile framework that is designed to deliver value to the customers throughout the development of the project. Now let's talk about the primary objective of the Scrum. The primary objective of Scrum is to satisfy the customer needs throughout environment of transparency in communication, collaborative ownership and responsibility, and continuous progress. Before we get into details, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that like button and turn the bell for notifications, because the whole mission of this channel is to make Agile and Scrum available to everyone. Okay, now let's build our Scrum team. Scrum team should consist of less than 9 people. For a large enterprise project, the ideal Scrum team size is 7 people, with a product owner, Scrum Master, and 5 developers. Now, the product owner is responsible for defining the product vision and sprint goals, managing the product backlog, prioritizing and anticipating client needs, overseeing development stages, acting as the primary contact, evaluating product progress at each sprint, and more. Now, the second role is Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is responsible for coaching team members, because the Scrum Master makes sure that the team members are well trained and understand Agile and Scrum practices. Host daily stand-up or daily Scrum meetings if needed. Assist the product owner with the product backlog management, remove roadblocks, and teach Scrum practices and principles beyond the Scrum team, for example, organizational level. And finally, we have Scrum Developers. Developers in Scrum have the following responsibilities: achieve the goal defined for each sprint, attend all Scrum meetings, and performing work as planned. And now we have our team. Now the question is, how does a Scrum project start? And this is the very simplified version of the project Kickstart. The development starts from a general idea of what needs to be built, elaborating on the list of functionalities ordered by priority. We call that product backlog. That product owner of a product wants to obtain, creating them and showing them to stakeholders. But the product owner cannot do this alone, or even with the help of the Scrum team. They need also stakeholders. So those are the people external to the Scrum team with a specific interest in and knowledge of the product that is required for incremental discovery. Actively engaged stakeholders and fully motivated Scrum team lead to great product. Where Scrum can be used? Okay, so the Scrum is the best known for its popularity in IT and software development sector. But it's still widely adopted here. But do you know how many other industries are implementing Scrum and Agile practices? Let's take a look at a brief section here. And this is just a sample of the industries where Scrum is making its mark. In truth, you will probably find Agile and Scrum approach in every sector worldwide. But why? Why is Scrum so popular? Because it helps a significantly rise in productivity and reduction in time to benefits as compared to the traditional waterfall process. Scrum process helped the companies to easily adapt to requirements that are changing rapidly and create product that matches the business objectives that are emerging fast. And of course, it helps to save time and money. Because with a traditional method and responsibility team, you can achieve wonders through Scrum. The ability to manage tasks in organized way and have the planning necessary to reach them makes it a crucial tool to save time and money. Now, in this video, we will talk about how to start working as a Scrum Master or Product Owner if you don't have any previous experience in Scrum. So how to start your Scrum career? So basically, there are two phases you need to go through. Passive learning and active learning phase. Now, let me explain each of these phases individually. So passive learning phase requires learners to absorb, assimilate, consider, translate information. Passive learning encourages active listening and paying attention to detail. It's like taking a course or reading a book. Active learning phase requires students to think, discuss, challenge, and analyze information. Active learning encourages conversation, active engagement, and debate. Okay, now I will give you my recommendations for both of these phases. First, let's start with the passive learning phase. If you're just starting with your Scrum career or just considering this career path, you would need the best possible resources that will lead you from A to Z on this journey, right? No one part of the journey or 1 to 2 steps on this journey, but the whole enchilada. And if you are looking for a Scrum enchilada, I would recommend my educational program called Agile and Scrum Masterclass. This is a Scrum Master and Product Owner Career Start course, version 11. 338 lectures in 28 hours of video content, pure value, Scrum practices with practical examples. And it's very affordable. I will put the link in the description, so go and check the content in detail. And I have separate module, which is module 12, just to prepare you to get your first Scrum Master job. And you definitely don't want to miss this opportunity at this big discount right now. But of course, you can use any other resources out there. Just make sure to get all, or at least the majority of the Scrum practices that are included in Agile and Scrum Masterclass, because you don't want to miss any important segments, right? And that is it for the passive learning phase. Now let's move on to my recommendation for active learning phase. So during your passive learning stage, you will learn many skills like Scrum and Agile tools and practices, and you will get knowledge for conflict resolution, communication, interpersonal skills, collaboration, coaching, and much more. And now in this phase, in active phase, it's time to put all these skills into practice. But how? First, join Scrum Facebook groups, Scrum LinkedIn groups, go to Quora, and actively participate. Try to answer as many questions as you can. Try to provide value, and you will get replies, and the community will remember you. Networking is very important here. This is your first step. Second step, find and join your local Scrum communities. Ask to be a volunteer for a local Scrum meetup or something like that. And if you are not employed, or even if you are, find companies that are doing Scrum in your town. and ask them if you can help their Scrum Masters or product owners for free. And I know that it sounds weird, but when they see how skillful you are, they will not have you work for free, believe me. So don't worry. There is a huge demand for these roles today, and you will definitely find your workplace in no time. Okay? And that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, no, no.